This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Enjoy the action and excitement of NCAA Division II athletics at Augustana.
Augustana Sports Flashback is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
The Augustana wrestling team split a pair of NSIC duels on the road, falling to number 1 ranked St. Cloud State 26-9 on Friday before beating Minnesota State 18-15 on Saturday. Against the Huskies, 149-pounder Nate Herda, 157-pounder Marcus Edgington, and 165-pounder Matt Morris earned wins. On Saturday, the Vikings got a big pin from Sean Derry at 184 pounds to break away from a 12-12 tie to top the Mavericks. Other Vikings who logged wins were 133-pounder Jason Jeremiason, 141-pounder Chisholm Fink, 149-pounder Nate Herda, and 157-pounder Marcus Edgington. The Vikings are now 10-2 overall and 2-1 in the conference. Augustana hosts Southwest Minnesota State on Friday and Northern State on Sunday. Tom Billiter's men's basketball team put together a perfect weekend as his Vikings beat Concordia St. Paul on Friday and topped number 13 St. Cloud State on Saturday. Augustana's guard trio of Dre Murray, Cody Schilling, and Cameron McCaffrey combined for 49 points to help the Vikings down Concordia 89-70. Murray and Schilling both scored 18 points, while McCaffrey added 13. The Vikings shot 57.7% from the floor and drilled 10 three-pointers. A big win for Augustana over nationally ranked St. Cloud State on Saturday. The Vikings held the Huskies to just 15 first-half points to earn a 74-52 win. Augustana got 15 points from Cody Schilling, 13 from Yuri Malashenko, and 11 from Cameron McCaffrey. The Vikings led by as many as 28 points in the game and snapped a 5-game Husky winning streak. The 22-point win was Augustana's largest margin of victory this season. The wins move Augustana to 12-7 overall and 9-6 in NSIC play. Vikings are at Minnesota State and Southwest Minnesota State this weekend. The Augustana women's basketball team lengthened its win streak to 10 games with victories over Concordia St. Paul and St. Cloud State. Alex Feeney scored her 1,000th career point to help her Vikings top Concordia 78-69 on Friday night. Feeney finished with 13 points, while fellow post Lydia Nelson chipped in a season and game-high 21. Molly Hayes and Shantiva Ashley also reached double figures with 19 and 11 points. Dave Krauth's crew collected an 80-78 victory over St. Cloud State on Saturday after Molly Hayes put in a layup with 27 seconds left to erase a 78-77 Husky lead and lift the Vikings to a win. Alex Feeney poured in 19 points, Molly Hayes had 17, Lydia Nelson netted 14, and Shantiva Ashley had 13 for the Vikings, who shot 50.9% in the win. Augustana is now 16-3 and 13-2 in the NSIC. They'll travel to Minnesota State and Southwest Minnesota State this weekend. And in indoor track and field, Augustana recorded 6 top finishes, including 3 provisional qualifying performances Saturday at the Minnesota State Open. Vikings who had provisional performances included Aaron Jung, who took second in the shot put with a toss of 52 feet 2 inches, Henrik Hansen, who took first in the 800-meter run with a time of 1 minute, 54.09 seconds, and Kayla Mesher, who won the 400-meter dash in 57.51 seconds. Other first-place finishers included 60-meter hurdler Gathan Valdhusen and 5,000-meter runner Paul Yak. Vikings are back at Mankato on Saturday for the Ted Nelson Classic. Stay with us. We'll be back with Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition. By Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888. And by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection for only $19.95. That's Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan High Efficiency water softener can. The Culligan High Efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
Hi, I'm Chad Greenway of the Minnesota Vikings. I'm a big fan of how youth sports can help kids stay physically fit. But as an athlete and a parent, I'm also very concerned about safety. Millions of sports-related concussions happen every year, and many go unrecognized. That's alarming because the wrong treatment can slow recovery, worsen the condition, or lead to permanent damage. Please learn the facts about concussions and help protect our young athletes.
To learn more, visit sanfordhealth.org/headsup.
The Augustana Men's Basketball Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Welcome back. I'm Tim Grashewski, Sports Information Director here at Augustana College. Filling in this week for Bill Gross. With us is Tom Billiter, head coach of the Augustana Men's Basketball Program. Coach, couple of big wins this weekend at home. You topped Concordia St. Paul on Friday, number 13 St. Cloud State on Saturday. Let's first talk about that Friday win over the Golden Bears.
Two things. First, it's great to be here and hear you say your name because I've never known how to pronounce it. You're just G-Man to me, so I never know. And then secondly, you beat two teams that beat you a month ago, and you sit here and you wonder how you've lost some of these games in the last 47 seconds because, we played very well this weekend. I thought our defense was 100 times better. We haven't really done much different. I think our practices have been very good. We're just doing what we've done all year long. Obviously, our guys are getting better at it, but it's basically the same things we did last year. So it's just a crazy business. It's a crazy game, and I'm happy we won. But boy, I tell you, I had another sleepless night, just sitting there wondering how in the world we lost a week ago at Upper Iowa. It's just a nutty thing. But defense was definitely better. Kids were really together. The bench was into it. The staff did a great job, and two very nice victories against Concordia St. Paul, who was really playing well, had won 2 in a row, and St. Cloud, who as we all know, was number 13 team in the country and had just absolutely destroyed us up at their place.
Let's pinpoint something from the Friday night game. Both teams shot really well. You guys shot better than 55%. They shot better than 50%. What was the difference there?
I've never thought our offense is the issue. I think we have good offensive players. We actually have a nice inside-outside combination. The inside game's gotten better. I thought it always would be. It's always been something we thought would be good. But I thought this weekend we did a better job of getting baskets inside if we had missed a couple jumpers. And any time you go 10 for 14 like we did Friday night from 3, that your shooting percentage is going to be very good. And so I thought we took the right shots, we took good shots, and Tim, I just thought we were really ready to play. I thought it was fun. I didn't think we felt like we were letting people down or all this pressure and all this garbage that, unfortunately probably is a part of it, but never should be. Mentally you shouldn't even worry about that stuff and just play the game you love to the best ability you can. And I felt like this weekend we were our old selves. Transitioning now over to Saturday night's win over the St. Cloud State, a team that had beat you guys pretty handily up in St. Cloud. In fairness, to them a little bit. Bergstrasser was kind of banged up. Jansen did go down in the second half pretty late, but he played most of the game. He's a very good player. But we lost Dre Murray, for a half, and I think he'll be okay. He's just got a sore groin. But it's a situation, in my opinion, where our guys maybe felt bad after that game. We knew we didn't give our best effort, but I also thought St. Cloud that night played as well as any team as we played in the last few years. But I thought last night in the first half we played about as well as we can play. Maybe people didn't understand. Some people maybe were getting bored with the game, but to be up 23 in the first half against the 13th best team in the country, and our defense was really the reason. As a staff, we were pretty proud of our guys. I thought we really came out ready to play, and I thought it was just a very, very strong performance. You talk about defense, just 15 first half points by St. Cloud State. That's the fewest you guys have allowed all season in any half. Were you expecting that? No, not at all. And actually, I was just hoping we'd get the win. I was anxious for the game because I wanted to see if our guys would bounce back from what had happened to them the month before. But to have said that we'd been up 23, which is very fortunate because we only played Dre a minute in the second half. So, if that game had been nip and tuck, as you can tell with our team with Nick Bennett's injury and what have you, we're a little bit shallow there at that point guard spot. And, we had Cody play. I thought Cody gave us some very good minutes at the point in the second half and really calmed things down. And that's what a senior needs to do. And so I think we're fine. But, I'm happy we had that cushion because that second half could have been very interesting with Dre's situation. Absolutely. Cody, being a senior, did have a nice game. But you had some good performances from some underclassmen as well that hit some big shots. Malashenko, Richter, Brennan Olson had a nice game. Yeah, and every time Brennan and Yuri play well, we win. And I think that's just one of those, you're not ever sure who it's going to be, but every game in and game out, if someone comes in with a performance with 13 points and 8 boards and then 9 boards for Brennan, that position that night got us 19 points and 17 rebounds. That's a pretty good performance from your 4 spots. So, and Leif Nolan has gotten more consistent. And Eric Jorgensen has come in, and then the kid that doesn't show up on the stat sheet but did a great job was Derek DeZale, defensively and rebounds. And so, it's all coming. It's getting better. And it never was bad, in my opinion. I know it's all about wins and losses, which it is, but when you lose 6 games in the last 40 seconds, you're still there for every one of those games. Now we're winning them, which is what we need to do.
Well, certainly from here on out, every game is going to matter for positioning in the NSIC tournament. Let's look a little bit ahead to this weekend. You guys are going to be at Minnesota State and at Southwest Minnesota State.
Yeah, and
Preview those for us.
Southwest Minnesota State was a game I thought we played the best we've played all year in here, and now they've played great basketball. We're tied with them in the standings. It's a very difficult place to play. They're very physical, and they'll be very much ready. And that'll be the second night after having to play a Mankato team that just continues to get better and improve. And we've not always played well up there, and so I know they're both going to be incredibly ready to play us, and we just, we just have to do what we do the best we can, not really worry so much about them, just be ready with ourselves, because what we do, it doesn't matter what other teams do. We guard every screen the same, we guard everybody the same, we just have to make sure we do it right.
And you guys have really, when you look at it, put together 3 pretty strong games if you go back to that Winona State game. It did result in a loss, but you guys played pretty well.
Very well.
Do you feel like you got a little momentum heading into this weekend?
I think we're playing very well. And an Upper Iowa game, I think they did play well, which has something to do with us. But on the flip side, I thought we came back against a very good Winona State team and really and truly had an opportunity to win it. Probably should have up at the half. Every game this year but one, we've been in the lead in the second half. I mean, every single game. So, it's been a crazy year, and we just have to build on what we've done to this point and continue to get better, and things will be fine.
All right, Tom, the Vikings will be at Minnesota State and at Southwest Minnesota State this weekend. We'll see you on the road.
Thank you.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report with Coach Dave Krauth is next.
My eye was a tumor and it hurts in my head, and it's right here. I have 3 favorite colors: red, pink, and purple. I like to draw fairies, princesses, and clothes. I want to be, when I grow up, a clothes modeler. It models clothes. This is my victory.
Why do you play? Why go through all the pain? The endless practices? For the victories? For the joy of playing the game? Or do you play for something even greater? If you already know the answer, we're the network for you. Midco Sportsnet. This is how we do sports.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
With us is Dave Krauth. Coach, we're up to 10 wins now straight after victories over Concordia and St. Cloud State this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about Friday's win over the Golden Bears first. You guys were in control pretty much the whole time in that one.
Yeah, I'm always looking at what can go wrong. Our first time up there, we're 20 down and come back and win, and so I'm figuring, well, that's got to be a jinx to this time around. And there's a couple others coming up where I feel a little bit the same way, but it was a back and forth. I think Concordia showed what they're capable of as a team, being really a young team, a lot of freshmen and sophomores, but. And I was particularly pleased with Lydia Nelson. Struggled a little bit from the three-point line, but the second half went inside and really got us key baskets, and we just seemed to make some plays down the stretch again, and which has become a little bit of a trademark of this group.
Alex Feeney scored her 1,000th career point against Concordia on Friday. She's really having a nice season, and to kind of top off a really stellar career junior. She'll have another year to add on to that total, but talk about her performance a little bit.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I thought her last couple of games, she's shown her frustration a little bit because her year has been so good up to that point. She's just getting so much attention, and then you get used to, getting opportunities to score if you think that's kind of a role you have. So I've talked to her several times about, just being patient and let the game come to you, and maybe, scoring her 1,000th because the next night, then she looked much more relaxed. So I don't know whether that was on her mind or not. I don't think so, but she's just had a great season for us and been statistically really our leader.
Saturday, let's talk a little bit about that game against St. Cloud State. A team that you guys played earlier in the season up in St. Cloud, a pretty easy victory up there. A little bit different this time around. You needed a late bucket by Molly Hayes to win this one. Talk about that one.
Well, and the first one really wasn't easy. We hit three-pointers, I know, late in that game that got the spread a little wider. But they're just almost the same kind of team you always see out of St. Cloud. And really come after you, and that's kind of what we've tried to do with this team this year too. So it was two similar styles, and I'm always telling people, they ask, well, how's St. Cloud or how's Concordia, and I said, they're good, wait and see. And they didn't disappoint. It really was a hard-fought game, and one of those that tough to know somebody's got to lose in a game like that. But it came down to the end, and we made a couple of big plays, it seemed like, and got ourselves a big win.
You guys have had a couple of those tight ones this year where it's kind of come down to the closing 10, 20, 30 seconds. You've seemed to come out on the winning end on that. Is that going to benefit you guys later on this season? Oh yeah, those games that are really in the balance, and you're able to win them. We haven't won them all. We both our conference losses were games we could have won, but we've had a lot of those types, and so I think that helps with confidence. I don't know if this little bit of a win streak or a winning streak is putting a little pressure on some of our kids. Sometimes I tend to maybe sense that, but they play hard, and usually good things happen. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming weekend. You guys are going to be on the road at Minnesota State, at Southwest Minnesota State, a pair of teams you've already faced this season. Can you preview that weekend for us? Well, it's road, and I think two things: the fact that the league is just so balanced, top to bottom, and really through the 14 teams, because Upper Iowa shows, being at the bottom, they're capable of beating people too, and they have of late. So we're going to go into hostile territory, and really teams that are fighting for maybe a little different. Southwest trying to get themselves in the picture to maybe get in the conference tournament, and Mankato maybe a little more trying to get a better seed if it would proceed kind of as it has. So it'll be two tough games. They say it's tougher to beat a team twice in one season. Do you agree with that old adage? Yeah, I think it is. I feel, after, like I said, we came from way back and win at Concordia, then I think it puts the monkey on your back because it raises expectations. So, well, you've beaten this team once, that type of thing. So we'll have a challenge both nights. I do want to mention Molly Hayes' weekend too. Boy, I tell you what, our senior guard just had you look at her stat line, and it just couldn't almost be any better. And in addition to making plays, she's been a great leader for us. So she was big for again this past weekend. All right, the Vikings are on the road this weekend at Minnesota State and Southwest Minnesota State. Dave, we'll see you out there. Thanks, Tim.
Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection for only $19.95. That's Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan high efficiency water softener can. The Culligan high efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
I was half the person I used to be, literally. I knew that if I didn't have the strength back in my body, I'd never be able to ride my Harley again, and that was one of my other goals I had, was to be able to get back on the bike. Just being able to get out and experience, the area and the surroundings on the back of a bike is so much different than being in a car. You can smell the smells as you drive through, you can hear the sounds. It's just great. This is my victory.
When I was young, I loved helping my grandfather with projects. From building a birdhouse to odd jobs around the house, we always got our supplies from Schoenemann's. I remember the smell of the fresh cut lumber and all the bins full of nails, nuts, and bolts. Today, my projects are a bit bigger, and so is Schoenemann's selection. I rely on them for everything I need.
Schoenemann's in Sioux Falls and Harrisburg. Expert advice, everything you need.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Augie Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is Augustana College President Rob Oliver. Rob, great to have you on Augustana Sportscene. It's been a little while since we visited with you, and it's time to catch up on what's going on at Augustana from the perspective of the president. So to begin with, recently the Augustana Board of Trustees worked with Rob on extending his term. He is going to be with us as president for some years into the future. Talk about your decision and the future ahead.
Well, first and foremost, it's been a great run. Our time here at Augustana, my wife and I are both just so pleased to be here and felt that we've made a difference and accomplished some things, yet we have a lot left to do. And there's so many more things that we would like to accomplish. And so I'm delighted. It's always nice to be wanted, right? And so the board indicated that they wanted me to stay, and so we worked out an extension of my contract, which is wonderful. And I'd be here without a contract, but I'm just glad that there is one, and I'm glad that they want me, and I'll be here as long as the good Lord gives me the energy and the insight to do the job well. So. And
you do a great job, Rob, and we're so happy in the college community here, the faculty, the administration, the students, everybody is really excited to have Rob continue with us. Well, let's go backwards just a second and let you reflect a little bit on your first term at Augustana first, and then we'll go on to look to the future. So talk about what it's been like to be the president at Augie.
Well, it's really a great community. First of all, it's made up of a fabulous group of faculty and staff members, and it just truly is a wonderful community to be part of. Then you mix in the students that we have here, those just wonderful young men and women that come to Augustana, and it's a great pleasure to be here, to be around such energized young men and women and the faculty and staff that help them learn and grow and turn into wonderful young citizens of the world. So it's a great pleasure. When I came here, I think we had some dreams about maybe changing some of the direction of the college, increasing enrollment, ramping up some activities. I know the athletics department had just put together a whole new strategic plan for athletics, and it's been really fun to accomplish a lot of that and to see a lot of that come true. And yes, we've been able to build growth and enrollment. We've been able to build quality in that growth. We've been able to accomplish some amazing things, both in the classroom and on the field of play. So it's been really fun. It's been really a great pleasure to do that.
And not to be lost in the shuffle are two major building projects that happened during your first term. Talk about those.
Well, it's tough to raise money for libraries, but it was something we had to do, and it was a very important strategic investment in the college, and we were able to get that done, and I was just so pleased and very grateful to the donors that made that possible. So all of those that invested in that project, we're just so grateful for that. And then, of course, the Kirkby Over Stadium project, which really is the one that's the most talked about. It's so visible and has made such a huge change in the landscape of the campus. And what goes on here on a fall Saturday afternoon is just fabulous. There's just nothing like game day on a college campus. And at Augustana, it's really special. And I just love the way that the staff has put together the family environment, the really great environment for the people who come to see good football played here, and then the experience of the game and the activity. It's just a wonderful day.
Yeah, it really is, Rob. Well, we've had some great successes. We've got tremendous excitement here. How about the future? What do you see as the big challenges for the college?
We've got a lot of things that we want to accomplish. First and foremost, this growth that we've been experiencing has been wonderful, but it also puts pressure on our facilities. Probably the most urgent need right now is to complete the addition and renovation of our science facilities. And so we've got a couple of different design opportunities. We're working on significantly expanding, more than doubling the size of our current science space, and then refurbishing the space that we have. And this will create new environments, first of all, for teaching, so our classrooms and laboratories for teaching, but also for research. And we really have some unique approaches to that, immersing our students in active science experiments that are funded through various places that we have affiliations with. And these are really important science activities here at Augustana, and they prepare our students then for careers in science, careers in medicine, some great opportunities into the future.
Well, that's the big challenge, along with many others for President Oliver. I guess just some final comments on looking ahead.
Well, that's the first of a list of many dreams that we have, and we want to continue to build on and expand our athletic complex. We want to continue to build on the campus itself. there's just so much more to do, and I'm grateful to be here, and there's lots of fun that's coming up. Just wait and see.
Yeah, and we're glad you're here too, Rob. You're a tremendous advocate for everything that we do at the college, including athletics, and from the athletic director and our staff, we sincerely appreciate that. Thank you for
Absolutely.
everything.
Thank you, Bill.
The Augustana Sports Spotlight is next. We'll be right back.
More people are leaving BMW, Mercedes, and Lexus for Audi than ever before. For exceptional values on the Audi A4, visit your local dealer today.
There's just times that there's a lot of darkness. I would be in church looking at the PowerPoint and just thinking, this could be my funeral, this could be my pictures up there. The day came when I could actually stand in front of our congregational family and I could sing a solo, and that was so huge because I had forgotten how beautiful a song could be in my heart.
My word is celebrate.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection for only $19.95. That's Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan high efficiency water softener can. The Culligan high efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
The Augustana Sports Spotlight is brought to you by Culligan Water Conditioning. Coach Tom Billiter's Augustana men's basketball team pushed to a 17-11 overall record during the 2011-12 season. The Vikings posted their 6th consecutive winning season and finished 4th in the NSIC race. Over the last 6 seasons, Coach Billiter's teams have recorded a record of 118 wins against 58 losses, a 67% winning percentage. Augustana also qualified for their 4th NCAA tournament in the past 5 years. Senior Cody Schilling led the way in 11-12 as he became the Vikings' all-time leading scorer with 1,868 points. Cody also led the team in rebounding with 4.6 boards per game. Senior Dre Murray also had a great year as he averaged 13.8 points per game and nearly 4 assists. Junior Cameron McCaffrey was the other double-figure scorer as he tallied 14 points per game. With a number of returners, redshirt freshmen, and new recruits joining the team, the 2012-13 season will be an exciting one for Augustana men's basketball.
You've been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on NCAA Division II athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.